this particular session we will discuss about a couple of commands, few commands of Linux or Unix systems. We will discuss about few commands. We have already been using these commands. First command is called ls. Ls command is very important in Windows. You might have understand about the command something called dir. Has anyone know about dir command in Windows?
Yeah, I
Creating
tried
redirect.
in Windows.
Yeah, dir
I
command is
tried
going to list down all the directories.
that.
Yes, dir command is list down all the directories. So here if you look at the ls command, what I do is I'll go to the terminal. You look at the ls command. ls hyphen, we know that ls hyphen l. ls hyphen l talks about long format listing. Okay, we call it as long format listing. This this gives the detailed information about the files and directories, including the permissions, ownership, size of the file, okay, and when it was modified. What all details you get by using L long format? The long format gonna give you, this is a option, okay. ls hyphen l help. You see that this is the help document. This is the option. This is called option. If you go for options, then these are all the options where we have something called L. Okay, use a long listing format. We call it as long listing format. How do you get it? By getting help. Okay, fine. The next option is there are some hidden files in Linux systems. You know, how do you have hidden files in Windows systems? Windows systems hidden files are Windows systems hidden files are different. In Windows systems, okay, sorry. In Windows systems, the hidden files are entirely different. You know, which is called uh, long listing file format. Okay, there is something called hidden files. You know, hidden files are in Linux systems, Unix systems. ls hyphen a means all files, including the hidden files. How do you have hidden files in hidden files are start with dot. Any file that starts with a dot, we call it as a hidden file. If you want to list down, or if you want to list down what are all the files from your system, then we can give it as ls hyphen a. ls hyphen la. La gives, there are no hidden files. In fact, what I do is I go back here, there should be hidden files. ls hyphen l, you see that they are showing as total 4 but showing only one directory. If you go for ls hyphen la, you see that even dot files are there. Dot bash history, dot bash rc, dot bash logout, dot profile, dot viminfo. These are all the hidden files because all these files starts with a dot notation. Okay, that can be given with dot, right? And there is something called, if you want to sort out, if you want to sort out all the files, for example, if you give files, generally all the files are shown in the normal format. If you want to show the files in h, Okay, if you want to give files in human readable format, you can see that total 4.0k. Here it is showing total 4, but here it is clearly telling 4.0k. Okay, 4.0k the size here. Okay, if you give H option, what happens? It gives some more information about kilobytes or megabytes or gigabytes, something like that. If you have multiple files in your system, you want to show the files with sort by time. It displays all the file sorting by time. The latest created are shown at the top. The latest created is shown at the top, and then all other files sort by time t. You can see that I have given three options at once. I gave three options at once. You can give like this. You want to display all the files with the time. If you want to reverse order, then you can also give R. You see that the demo has come here. It displays all the files in the reverse order. This is what about the ls command. Ls command is very frequently used command. Okay, without ls command like dir, ls command is very powerful. See, each and every Linux command has got lot of features, lot of options. Okay, it's not like only one option or two options, and it's highly difficult to explain it each and every option. But let's go ahead with the basic options and understand, and as and where you require, you may have to go and then use the advanced options. Okay, more options and all, you need to go and then use them. Okay, so that is what ls. And cd is for what? Cd,
To change directory.
to change directory, there is something called cd. We have seen lot of variations or lot of options in cd. If you put cd, this symbol, the I think it's approximately equal to or something. If you give cd with that particular symbol, what does it mean? It means that it takes you to the
Root.
root. It doesn't take to you to the root, it takes you to the home directory.
Uh,
It takes you to the home directory. It's, I think it's called tilde symbol or something. It is called a tilde symbol. If you click on this tilde symbol, it takes you to the home directory of that particular user. This is the home directory of this particular user. If I say cd, don't mention anything, it also takes you to the home directory. You see that it took me to the home directory. Let me change the file. There is a directory called demo. I would like to change demo to example. Right, this also takes you to the home directory. If you give cd and give the name of the directory, it takes you to the directory. The directory must be there. Basically it's a path. You have to give the path. This is an absolute path or relative path? If I give example here, is it an absolute path or relative path?
Absolute path.
This is not an absolute path, this is a relative path. The reason I tell you, the absolute path is this. This is the absolute path. Because I tell you, if you want to go to example, because you are here and there is example, you are here and there is example directory, you can go to example. But what if you are somewhere, you don't know where you are, you would like to go to demo example, then you have to give cd home demo example. This is called the absolute path. Exactly the whole, forget about where you are, forget about where you are, but you have to go to that particular directory through a proper path. Then you must give this absolute path. And if you give cd dot dot, it takes you back. If you give cd dot dot again and then dot dot, it even takes you back based on the number of directories. For example, I give dot dot, for example, I give dot dot. If nothing is there, then it will take you only to the root directory. You are in the root directory. You are again in the tilde symbol, you are again in the home directory. Okay, this is how you have to go through here and there. And then what about if I give like this, it takes you directly to the root directory. Okay, these things you should know, you should understand the path very well in order to use Linux based systems. Okay, and the third command is pwd, present working, current working directory or present working directory. Pwd, you just need to write pwd command to ensure that where you are, you should know where you are always, right? And then you give pwd, present working directory. Okay, for example, I want to print the present working directory through a shell script. I want to print through a shell script. Okay, where I would like to write a program, something called where, where am I? Okay, uh, vim where am I dot sh, or let it be vim where am I. Okay, how do you, what is the first line of the shell script? The first line is hash, sorry, the first line is hash exclamatory symbol bin bash. I will discuss about this. What is this? Echo current working directory. Current working directory is, you know, there is a command called pwd. If you put a dollar symbol and then give the pwd command like this, it executes this command and then gives the output over here. So put a dollar symbol and then inside that just put pwd command. This is going to execute. Okay, because pwd command is what it gives, but we are going to put like this. So by default it has got only read and write access. Now chmod 764, where am I? Now whenever I type where am I, it's going to print current working directory is home demo example. Wherever, whenever I type that, automatically it gives current working directory is home demo example. So here two things you need to know. Number one, echo command. Echo command is trying to print whatever it echo. What is the echo? You go into the well or you go into a basin or some bowl, very big bowl, and shout something, you hear it back. That is what the echo. Similarly, if you echo something in the terminal, it just echoes back, it prints back. That's what the echo command is. Okay, we saw also echo command, we also saw uh, cd command. Okay, there is a command called mkdir. Mkdir is a command to create a directory. There is a directory example too. And interestingly, with mkdir we can create any number of directories like this. See that you have created these many directories with mkdir. Mkdir is make directory. rm command is to remove. Rm command is to remove. I go to example 2 and then I create a file. Touch is also command to create a file. 1 2 3 4 5. So 1 2 3 4 5 are the files actually I created with a command called touch command. You can create a file. Okay, now I would like to delete this particular directory called example. I would like to delete the directory called example2. How can I delete? Remove is the command. Remove. If you want to remove a file, if you want to remove a file, you can remove rm hyphen f file1. This is going to remove the file. File1 has is there, it's got removed because rm hyphen f. If I want to remove a directory, rm hyphen r example2, it would remove the directory. Example2 has got removed. If you want to remove something, just you give example3, example4, example5. It's a directory. It is clearly telling it's a directory, so it is expecting you to give hyphen r. All got deleted. So there is a command called rm remove. There is a command called cp. Cp command is to copy something. Okay, let us say that I create another directory mkdir example scripts. I want to copy all the files from example to scripts. You see that these files got copied from example because I give slash and then I put star. That means I clearly telling that copy these files from example to scripts. It copies all the files from example to scripts, which is called a command called cp command. Cp is the copy command. You can copy a file or you can copy a directory as well. For example, I want to copy cp hello file to hello.sh. Then it makes the copy. Now there are 3 files altogether because I asked to copy the file. Copy a file not only copies the file, it also copies with the properties, with the permissions. Remember that when you copy a file, it copies with the permissions of that particular file. Cool, right? And then there is a command, so you understand what the copy is. Okay, there is a command, something called move command. Move from one area to the other area, which we call it as a move command. Okay, I would like to remove hello.sh. Now I would like to move from hello to hello.sh. Earlier I copied. When I copied, it has got copied another copy of the file. Now I would like to move hello to hello.sh. This moves the file. I want to move the hello.sh file to another directory, mv hello.sh to. I would like to take it back to the previous directory. For example, // back. That means where should it takes? It takes me to the home directory because I am in scripts. If I say back, it copies to the home directory. If you want to go and see that, you see that hello.sh has been copied to the home directory. From scripts I moved, so there is nothing that is not available in the scripts. There is only where I am. The other thing is not available inside the scripts. There is only one thing, that is called where am I. is there. The hello.sh has been moved. Move is different and copy is different. Again, move, you can give absolute path or you can give relative path. Here I give the relative path. If I want to move using an absolute path, then I have to move properly. For example, I want to move this hello.sh. I want to copy this hello.sh to Jiten's folder. So I go here, cp hello.sh to what? Jiten's directory. That means I am inside demo. Jiten, it takes me to the Jiten directory. There is no permission. Okay, now what can I do is I can go for sudo. Demo user is not in the sudoers list. That means demo is not unable to do that. I think user mod, I have to check. AG, I think I cannot use as well. Permission denied. I cannot lock the file and try to do later. I think I have to go to the Jiten user and can do that, because sudo I cannot do that. Su Jiten. So user mod ag sudo demo. Sorry for that. It's not user mode, it's user mod. Permission denied. It's not, there is no user called sudo, I think. So I added demo user to sudoers group. Let me go to demo. Okay, now demo user is also part of sudo group. What did I do for that? I went to the other user called Jiten. I added user mod, sudo user mod ag append to the group. The group name is sudo. Sudo is also a group name, and the user that I would like to add to the group is demo user. That means now demo user will be part of the sudo's group. You can do that. That's what I have done. Now what I do is I would like to move the file. I would like to copy the file hello.sh to, let's try with the absolute path. Home Jiten. I would like to copy. You can't copy because you are not supposed to, but I would like to use sudo. Now I can copy. It's a copy. Remember that it's a copy. It's not move. That means the file is there here. When you go back, the file is also there in sh. This is the file, and you see that the owner has given as root, because when I copied it as a sudo user. Whenever you do copies or move with a sudo user, the owner would become the root owner. The owner has become root, and root can have all the facilities and group can have all the facilities, all the permissions, read and execute permission, and then others can have only read permission. I can run it with this root access. I cannot run it with the Jiten, I guess, because Jiten can, the group is also root, so Jiten can only read, write and execute, and others group can read and execute. So if I want to execute that, I can do it with the root. Let's go to Jiten's user. See, it's not coming. Even when I press tab, it should come. permission denied. The reason is that owner of that file is not owner. Now what I do is, how can I change the owner? Sudo ch own jiten jiten. The name of the file is hello.sh. Now the owner of the file is Jiten, so I can happily go and then execute the file. These are the things that are very important in Linux. You should know, you should have clarity on who is the owner, who has got all the permissions, whether someone can execute the file or not. These are very important in Linux systems, very important. Okay, you will be asked, you will be challenged many times that your application in the DevOps, you will be challenged many times that certain things don't work, certain things do not have permissions. So many people I have seen, even experienced people, they have some, they might have lost touch with these basics, or they might have keenly don't see look into that particular thing. But most important thing is, you should always look into a file, what permissions does that a file has, who is the owner of the file, and who is the owner of that particular group. If a user, who is the owner of that particular file or directory, who is the owner of that particular group. If there is a user, what groups that user belongs to. The user belongs to this group. It should also clearly tell that what user, that what group that user belongs to. Earlier I have added demo group in one session. I think it was not added, but once I restarted my system, automatically demo group came here. However, these things you should be very clear about whenever you are working with this Unix based systems. Very important. Okay, right. There is a command called chmod, we gone through, chown we have gone through, and then there is a command called ps. PS is a command, it's going to list down all the processes in that Linux system. PS command is very important, very famous command, PS, because uh, every application that is running in Linux or Unix based systems, it's a process. Okay, every command or everything that run in the Linux based system is a process. So if you want to know that what all processes running by the current user, what all processes that are run by the current user, you just put ps command. If you want to know that what all processes that are running in the system, you have to run a command called ps-ef. This is ef. These are all the processes that are running in the system. These are all the processes that are running in the system. ef. Okay. If you want to know that what all processes that are running in the system with a proper format, ps-e, and then format, we have to give the format actually. I think it's not a format. Then it gives you in the tree kind of a structure. Forest, it's not a format, it's called forest. So what is the main process, and then what are the sub processes inside the main process? If you want to get it, k threads, inside k threads there are other processes are running. If you want to get the things, if you want to see the things in a, this is the process ID. Remember that this is the PID. PID is very important. PID is very important in the system. You need to know what PID is. Okay. You want to sort by memory, you want to sort by CPU utilization, and there are so many ps command options are there. You want to sort by memory and all, you know, we can write a separate documentation for the ps command. there is a command called grep, and then there is a command called something. I will discuss about that. So there is a ps command. Ps, it gives all the processes run by the current user, and then example ps ef, all the processes run by the system is es, and then you want to give something called all the processes in a tree like format, e forest, all the processes in a tree like format. Example, and more example is you want all the processes, we have something called aux option, sort by percentage of the cpu, sort equal to percentage of cpu. You can run this command. That means ps aux, ps aux is the command, aux is the command you have to run, and then you want to run percentage of the cpu. There is an option called sort equal to some pattern you can run here. It is called cpu. This gonna run all the processes that are using more cpu, percentage of cpu based on per c. Voco screen ng is using most of the cpu. This is used, I am using it to run this particular, record this particular session. Microsoft Edge is taking the highest cpu, QEMU system is taking the highest cpu, K3 server is taking the highest cpu. So comparatively based on the cpus, if you want to run all the commands, then you can get it. If you want to do it with the memory, let's keep him, let me copy this as well. I want this. You can see that CPU utilization, memory utilization, and then this I don't remember, TTU is there or not, TTY, teletyping is not there. Then there is something called VSZ, and then RSS. In a process, virtual memory size, that is one I'm just checking here, and virtual memory size, and then resident set size. This represents the portion of the process. Okay, if you want to do all those things, these are the virtual memory size and then resident set size, these two things. However, yeah, you can understand this. If you want to do the same command with the memory, not a CPU but with memory, you have this highest memory, whichever the process that is consuming the highest memory is shown here. Okay, so there is something here, you see that this is the session that I am using, Ubuntu session. It is using TTY2. TTY2 is where I am typing and everything, which we call it as TTY, teletyping thing. Okay, so you want to get the process by process ID. This is the process ID I copied earlier for Voco screen ng. This process ID you have to give like this. Let's say that I go here, CPU host K3 server. Let me take this process ID. I want to kill a process. Kill. There is a command called kill. Okay, let me give all process with highest CPU descending order, CPU usage in descending order. Similarly, example ps aux sort equal, there are two hyphens here, okay, percentage mem. So all process mem memory usage in descending order, this one. Okay, these are few commands of the process. There are so many options. Again, I'm telling you, it's pretty difficult to write, go through all the options. If you go for man page of ps, you get to know the very hefty man page. Okay, this is a man page. To see every process on a system, use bsd syntax. There is a separate syntax, bsd syntax. It gives memory usage and etc. This is a standard syntax, normal process and then stuff like that. This is a bsd syntax which gives memory usage and all the things. You can also get security info, you can also get ps-u-uu. See each process running as a root. What are the processes that you would like to know that they are running as a root user? Okay, like that. There are some formats and etc. So many things are there. Okay, you have to go to this format syntax is there. You can send, you can show different formats, you can display the contents in a different formats, etc. This is a pretty heavy documentation is there. Sort, we are looking at the sort earlier, right? We are looking at ppid sort plus sort, optional hyphen is there, minus is there, and there are a lot of options are there. It's pretty difficult to remember all of them, but usually what I do is I use some couple of commands in the process, like AF, AUX and some commands with the memory utilization and CPU utilization. I don't use all the commands. Whenever I want to know, I Google it or I just go through and then check the documentation. That's what I do. It's very difficult to remember each and every command. Now I would like to kill a process, terminate a process. You just need to give kill and then followed by the process ID. It kills the process. Operation is not permitted. You can go to sudo, then that particular process no process is shown here. ps-p 1334 no process is shown here because it got killed already. Okay, and there is a command called cat command. You want to see something, cat hello.sh, it's going to display things. It opens the file and then display things, which is called a cat command. Cat, and already echo command, which is going to echo back. I want to print echo command, hello list of all files. I don't know, I want to give like this, ls hyphen l t. See that, hello list of all files, and then whatever the command that I wrote here with the dollar symbol, it has executed and then printed with this, which we call it as how you can bring another command into this. This is an echo command, and any other commands we missed. There is a command called grep, which is pretty important command. For example, I want to run ps hyphen ef. Okay, ps hyphen ef. I can put a symbol called pipe symbol, grep. Grep is followed by some pattern you want to search. I want to search something called root. Wherever there is root, I would like to get that. That means ps-ef is going to print all the things, but I would like to filter them out with the root. See that wherever there is a root, wherever it finds a word called root, it pulls that particular root. wherever is their root in the each and every text, it search for root, and wherever it finds root, it prints that this is not by root, it's by Avahi user, but still there is something called ch root it found, so that it is going to print that out. So which is called a grep command. Grep command is very heavily used in Linux, because we want to get, for example, grep Jitain. See, display wherever Jitain is there, these many users. Let's say grep demo, there are only these things are there with the demo. Root user has called su demo, something was running demo bash root as su demo. I think couple of times I called these particular processes, it was still running, I guess. If you want to kill the process, kill session terminated, it got terminated. Some session was there, still it got terminated. Okay, right, it got even terminated completely. So this is how you can run couple of commands in Linux. These are very important commands. There is also a command called top command. It gives the information about the running processes. Top command. So you see that these are the running processes. It gives the information about the running processes. Top command. Top. See, top is a real-time information, unlike PS. PS gives the information that once you when you execute, what are the information it captured, it gives. But top command gives you the real-time information about your process usage. That is what the top command is. Very useful command to see that how your systems are working, how it is. See, 158.9% of CPU, 157.5% of CPU is utilizing by Poco Screen Engine. 69.4% of the one CPU is used by Microsoft Edge. Something else, right? XORG is something, I think it's a graphical user interface, it is using 14.9 something. Edge browser is using, like that you understand. Top command itself is using 1% of the CPU. So that is the top command. Top command is very important command. It understands how much memory is there, how much memory is being used, like task manager in Windows, right? It is similar to that. Okay, system monitor or task manager in Windows, system monitor in Unix or Linux based systems. This is what we use. Okay, Control C I pressed so that the command got stopped. So this is the session for today. I think you have gone through. I'll share this